All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get kicked off. So thank you for joining. My name is Ryan. I'm with the Bridge Athletic crew here. I'm joined today by Lauren. We are going to go over some of the new features that we just recently added in our new release last month. Some of those will include being able to now send out invite links, copying blocks and moving those throughout your programming, and then some of our edits on the fly from the mobile device. So without any further ado, let me switch my screen over. And actually, while I'm doing that, Lauren, do you have any comments, anything you want to throw out to the to people joining today?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. So if any questions come up during the webinar as Ryan walks us through these features, feel free to send the questions over chat, and we will either get them answered via chat back to you, or we'll have some time at the end and we'll run through the questions and get those answered as well.
Awesome. Okay, so everybody should be able to see my home screen. Lauren, can you confirm for me that that's up and showing?
Yep, we can see it.
Perfect. So the first thing we're going to go into is you now have the ability to send out invite links. So the hope there is to make it easier for you to add people to your teams, to your different organizational, to the organization without having to have all of the information on that user. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to start from scratch. So if I'm here at home on the home page, I'm going to go to Teams, and I'm going to create a new team. So if I go up here to the top, I'm going to go add team. So let's say, I'm just starting with somebody. I'm creating a new team here, Ryan's Bridge team. Let's choose a sport. We will be a football team. So now that I've created my team, I need athletes for that team. So what I can do is if I go into Ryan's Bridge team and I go to add athletes, you'll now see up here at the top, you have the option to share an invite link. So what I can do is I can click on that, and then I can set how long that link will be open or valid for. And you can deactivate this link at any time. So even if I set it for 90 days and then 30 days I decide, yeah, I want to cut it off, I can cut it off at any time. But the default's going to be 30. Maybe I'll set mine for 15. I'll go to create link, and now you're going to have this link here. So what I can do is I can copy this, and then I can send that out via text message. If I already have someone's email, I could send it out via email. If I'm sending it out via a kind of a school communication device, I can just attach the link, and other people will be able to sign up for my team. So you can see here I've left it checked that I want to get an email every time someone joins. So that way I can monitor who's getting access to my programming and to my team, and then deactivate anyone who I don't know or don't recognize, to kind of protect the security of what you're doing. But for instance, I've copied this link. If I go up and I start, let's see here, and I share this, this is what that end user will see. So they'll enter their email address here. So for instance, if I say Ryan@bridgeathletic.com, I go send invitation link, that's going to send a link to that person's email. When they open it up, it'll ask them for their first name, last name, their date of birth, all that information that you need. So it just makes the adding of athletes much easier. Okay, and as I said before, I can go ahead and deactivate this link at any time and make that not valid. So if everybody that I want has already signed up, then I simply hit deactivate so no one else can join. So that was the first kind of new feature that we wanted to highlight. After that, the second one that we want to talk about today is going to be copying blocks. So if I go back out of here and I'm going to go to, let's see, I'm just going to go to this train from home here. So what I can do is if I'm in a program, so for instance, if I go to phase 1 here, and so, hopefully you understand by now the naming systems and how we break things up within the platform. But, these are all blocks. So this is, again, the week view. So this is, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of 1 week. So, let's say that I want to take, and actually, let's see here. These all look, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a block because these are all looking the same. So if I go template block, and then I can pull up, something that maybe, is already in the system. So let's say this accessory block here. So I'm going to insert that into day 1. All right. Well, what I can do now is I can actually click on these 3 dots here, and I can go copy to multiple. So what I can do with this is now I can click that, and it will pull up all of my different days of all of the week. So I've got a 4-day program that's 3 weeks long. So I could say, I want you to take this accessory block that's in day 1 of week 1, and I want to actually drop it into, I want to copy it to day 3 of week 3. So if I click this here, then it's going to flow and it's automatically going to drop it into the bottom. And this is another kind of newer feature that we have. If you notice, you had partially this ability before, but it would drop it to the bottom. But now what I can do is I can grab this and I can actually move this anywhere within that workout that I want. So, maybe I, for whatever reason, want to put it as the first block on day 3 of week 3. So now I go in there, and I could do this in multiple different places. I'm not just limited to one. So if I hit save, and then I go to week 3, and you'll see when that switches over here, the accessory block is now there on day 3 of week 3. So just allows you to copy blocks and move them at multiple, for multiple different times, multiple days, multiple weeks within that same program. So just an added feature that we've included to help speed up the process of building and maybe moving components of one part of the program to another part of the program. So with that, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to switch over to our mobile device and go over some of the features that we've added to the phone. So let me see if I can switch over here, or what I'll do is I'm going to move this. Let's see if we can. Sorry, I'm just trying to move my phone over. There we go. Okay. Lauren, can you see my phone there?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is first show you guys our edits on the fly. So this is, in my opinion, as a coach, as a practitioner, this is really a game changer because it allows the end user to have some options and some freedom on their end if the workout changes, if the location changes, if the equipment changes. So if I go in to this cable cars team and I'm Barry in this situation, and I go to summer 2020 and I click open, you'll see we're back into that playlist view. So if I go into, let's say I'm going to go into this upper body workout, I'm going to do that again. So I come here, I preview it, I hit start, I fill out my performance log. I hit submit here, so we lock that in. And now as we move through, I'm just checking things off. Let's see, I'll just enter these medicine ball things in. Hold on here as the phone loads. So hopefully you guys have seen this as well. On the end user side, you can hit apply to all to change numbers, with a minimal number of clicks, but I add those. And now when I get to my bench press, you'll see, and you've seen this as we've opened up the app, we've added now this pencil icon in the bottom right of the screen. So if I'm the end user now, I click that pencil app or the pencil icon, and you'll see that now I have these options that pop up where I can pick what I'm referencing. If we look down at the bottom, I can delete something, I can clone it or make a copy of it. I can switch out an exercise. I can add or change the parameters. So we've really given full freedom to the athlete or the client to adjust the programming as they need to. So let's say I'm going to switch out that barbell bench press. So I click on the barbell bench press. I'm now going to go switch, and it immediately takes me to the exercise library. What I want to highlight though is as you do more switches, our AI is going to build in this recently used side. So I can see, all right, last time I did this and I had to switch this out, I switched it out with a dumbbell bench press. So I start to build constant alternatives to what I've been doing, either progression or regression of that exercise. So I can click in here to say, all right, I'm going to switch that to dumbbell bench press. Click on that. It's going to pull up this little option here, just letting me know, confirming that that's what I would like to do. Hit OK. And now you see we changed barbell bench press to dumbbell bench press. Okay, when I'm done, up at the top there, I hit done. And now I can continue on with my workout. And you'll notice that it's changed barbell bench press for the other sets as well. So I don't have to go in and change that every single time I see it. So I'm going to continue forward here and just keep knocking out these other exercises. And we'll get to our conditioning here. The other thing, it's a very small change, but you'll notice we've removed the kind of 1 in the middle of the note dot there. So if I hit that, that's still where I'm going to get notes from my coach, but there's no more 1 kind of delineating that. We just want to kind of clear that up a little bit, clean it up. When I get to the end, I fill out my subjective questionnaire. Remember now that that clock will be in the background, will time the length of the workout, but for our purposes, let me change this to 75 minutes. And now I'm going to get that post-workout RPE analysis of how this relates to my previous training sessions. And if I want to click back into that session here, that's where I can get that load analysis as well. While we're here though, the last piece that I really wanted to cover before we open it up for questions is you now have the ability to log multiple training sessions in the same day from the same program. So maybe I come in and I did that upper body session in the morning and I'm feeling really good and I want to get another session in the afternoon. So now I can go, you'll notice right below upper there, before what would happen is as I logged a day, it would kind of remove the option to go back into that summer 2020 Barry Bates workout. But now what it's doing is it's giving me the option to go back into it. So if I click on that, now you see we've already logged our upper there, and maybe I want to do lower body now. So I open that up, I hit start. Now this is going to bring another pop-up into play that asks me, says I've already completed one workout, do I want to perform another one from the same program? So just making sure I understand what I'm doing. I'm going to say yes. And now we're going to go back through and we're going to log this training session. So I'm just going to move through this. I won't change anything, in this workout, although that pencil icon again is there if I want to. Get to my workout. Let's say this one took me 45 minutes. Seems like it was a little bit shorter. And now I've logged, there's my data, but I've logged 2 sessions in the same day. Now, from the coach's perspective, so from your perspective here in this webinar, what you'll notice is that if I go back to my this person's program in the website, I will see 2 checks on this date. So on September 10th, I'll now see 2 checks for 2 completed workouts, and I can go in and review the data for each one of those. You can complete up to 3 in one day, and thus you will have 3 check marks. So I'm going to pause there because those are some of the key features that we've added that we feel are really impactful for our users. So I'll pause there for a second. I'll let Lauren jump in and maybe we can dive into some questions.
Thanks, Ryan. We haven't had any questions come in yet, so we'll just give people a second to write in any questions that come up. Another thing just to note, if you don't want to have the functionality of allowing your clients to edit their workouts, this is something we can turn off for you if you don't want them to have all of that control. So if you do want it to be turned off, you can just message our support team and we can turn that functionality off. Okay,
I'm trying to get to now where we can see those workouts.
Oh yeah, great. That would be great to see the double check marks.
Yeah, so now we go to Barry's page, and you see now there's 2 check marks from the workouts that we just completed.
Yeah, and if you were to click on it, Ryan, then they can just easily click through and view both of the workouts that were completed. So the upper will be the first one since that was the first one completed, and then the lower body will be the second one. Okay, so we have some questions that came in. Are there plans with the new edit feature to have the app pull up similar exercises only versus the entire exercise library? This is a great question. When we were putting this feature together, we were talking about having that selection, but the process is just a little bit complicated to have just specific exercises, especially since different coaches or teams would want different exercises as options for each exercise. So we're not planning on changing it right now. We'll have the entire exercise library available. But that's why the recently used can be a really beneficial tool because it won't just pull up all exercises that were switched recently. It'll be for that specific exercise. So for the example Ryan gave for the bench press, he recently switched with the dumbbell bench press. So that wasn't just a recently switched with a different one. That was just specific to that exercise. So that's how you can kind of start building up progressions and revisions there.
The other thing, if I just kind of chime in there, that I've seen happen is, at least at the beginning, coaches may put in the notes maybe a couple of alternatives so that end user or athlete is not as, they kind of know what they should try to switch to until those recently used options start popping up.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, gives them a little bit more direction there.
Mm-hmm.
And then next question, can you turn it off per client? No, this will be turned off on the org level, so it can't be turned off per client or per team. So if anyone else has any questions, feel free to write them in. We'll give you another second here. And then we recorded this webinar, so we will send it out via email shortly, so you can always go back and review it and stay up to date with these new features, or if you need to check back on different things. And of course, if any questions come up, you can always reach out to us at support, and we're happy to help. Okay, cool. Well, it doesn't look like any other questions have come in. So Ryan, is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. Hopefully everybody likes the new updates.
Yeah, I think they're really cool. So excited for you all to get familiar and get to implement them into your workflow. Okay, great. Yeah, and then again, if you come up with any questions as you have some more time to play around with this or review the webinar recording, feel free to reach out to us. Oh, another one just came in, so we'll get this one answered. Does Exercise Library have any option to search exercises by body part? For the app, we don't have any tags available. So it will just be the exercise name. So Ryan's suggestion of writing in some alternatives would be a good way to help your athletes there. But on the web, we don't have it by body part either. However, you can add your own custom tags to any exercise in the library if you want to start sorting it by that in your own organization. So it'll just come up if you have the name, if a body part's in the name, like leg or arm, for these top examples. Okay, great. Thanks for the question. So again, if any other questions come up, feel free to send them in to us at support and we will get them answered for you guys. And thanks for taking us through this, Ryan.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.